Hi everybody, I'm going to give you a very quick in-service on how to set up a EZPAP using a compressor cup, a flow meter, EZPAP setup, and a compressor. Okay, so let's get started. Here are the equipments that you're going to be needing. First, you're going to need a compressor. You're going to have it set to 50 psi, and the way you check it to make sure that it says 50 psi is you turn it on, you block the gauge, and it goes up to 50. That's how you know you have the compressor set up to 50 psi. You need 50 psi to be able to achieve the pressure that you need so that the EZPAP is effective. Okay? Next, you're going to need a flow meter. Your flow meter would look like this. You need something that is going to be adaptable. Usually an air flow meter is going to be best. You can get it from your DME, or you can have your central supply person order you one. Okay? When you put on your flow meter, you're going to put it on a compressor cup, which looks like this. These run about $45. Again, this is ordered through your DME, or you can have your central supply person order it for you. Now I'm going to put it on separately, but just to show you more or less how it goes, it's going to go in here, and then the flow meter attaches up there. Okay? Okay, so on the package that comes with your EZPAP, you have this, which is, it says it's indications for use. You open it up, and on the second page, it has a diagram, more or less, of how you set this up. On here, you'll see you set the flow rate to 5 liters per minute on wall air or oxygen flow meter, okay? And the reason is because that's the lowest acceptable therapy setting for your EZPAP. Then you have your compressor setting from 50 to 60 psi, medical air oxygen if prescribed. You can also use a oxygen flow, an oxygen tank, but just be aware that with an oxygen tank, you would be hard pressed to find, I mean, you could do it, but I just wouldn't do it. You would waste a lot of oxygen. I would rather use a compressor. It's just going to be more cost effective for the building. Okay, so now I'm going to set up your EZPAP, which you guys pretty much already know how to set it up, but I'm going to do it anyway, so give me a second. Okay guys, so here's the manometer of the EZPAP already set up. And to get the manometer in your EZPAP setup, you're going to look at around $20 to $25 more. I received it as an error, so I didn't have to pay for that. Normally, I don't get a manometer, and I pay roughly between $25 and $35 for a mouthpiece EZPAP setup. If I was to get a mask EZPAP setup, I'm looking at $50 or more. So if you need a mask setup, either use one of the masks that come with the ambu and use that ambu specific for that patient and keep it in the room. Or if you have a way to order simply just the masks for EZPAPs, or if you have a supplier that has those style of mask, usually the fitting is universal and it'll work just fine. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to turn on, and I have it set up to 60 because the prescription says 50 to 60. And I have my cup set up, and it's shaking because it's on a chair. It's not broken, it's just on a chair. And I have my flow meter set to 5. And what I would do is I would initiate the therapy on my patient. Okay. Based on how much they're blowing out, I would set my marker. If my patient is doing well and they can tolerate 5 liters per minute, I would increase them to 6. If they do well from there, you can go all the way up to 10 liters per minute, depending on how bad the atelectasis is, whether or not your patient is able to follow commands, whether or not your patient is blowing out against the pressure. All of that is important, and it needs to be taken into consideration. EZPAP is not to replace the incentive spirometer. What it is used for is in place of a patient, if they cannot do the incentive spirometer, maybe because they have trouble following commands, but you know that they need that positive airway pressure to help open up the alveoli, then by all means you can use the EZPAP in that case. But it's contraindicated on patients of hemodynamic instability, if your patient has a high ICP, things of that nature. You can use EZPAP on a trach patient if they're able to exhale and they're deflated. You cannot use EZPAP on a patient who's not deflated. It just doesn't work that way because then they're gonna barotrauma and you're gonna have a huge problem on your hands. So I don't recommend EZPAP really on anybody who's not either mask or mouthpiece, but I mean, Tanya can go into that more with you later. It's not used to replace metaneb, but it's used here to have metaneb. So this is our version of metaneb in a way, because we can use it to provide positive airway pressure, and we can also use it in conjunction with nebulizer therapy to help achieve proper and good deposition of nebulized therapy. Okay, so I guess that's it. I hope that you found this educational. It's only been 6 minutes, so that's not too bad. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye. Oh, one more thing, sorry. This cup can fill up with some water sometimes. And when it fills up with water, you just push this little button here and it releases all of that. And if you're smart like me, you make the horrible mistake of putting a glove here, pushing the button while the machine is turned on, and everywhere. So just keep that in mind. So that's an option. Okay, that's it. 6.5 minutes, not bad. Have a great night. Bye-bye.